Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of COVID Sessions. We are here in Rosemead holding it down. I got some new tech, trying out some new equipment. I feel like I'm playing a video game right now with this awesome headset, but I'm not. We're right here working it out. We had a great podcast earlier with Eric. Now I'm here and we're going to New York. Yes, that's right. Actually, New Jersey, because it's in the same area. It's right across the river, but she's technically in Jersey. And we're going to talk to Mrs. Magna Copel, the amazing woman who's been in the dance scene for quite a bit of time. And I love everything she does. She has been dancing socially, she teaches, goes around the world, and has an amazing, amazing TikTok, has an amazing, amazing YouTube. Everything she does is amazing. It's wonderful to see what she's doing. After that, we're going to be showing you a little bit more information that we have about what we learned about COVID, final thoughts. But let's get with this young lady. Let's go ahead and bring Magna Copel.
Hi, Alejandro.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Now, I'm saying your name like
Nope.
all Latina, okay? Magna Copel, but please correct me so I can say it correctly.
I would love to know a Latino or a Latina whose last name is Copel. I
Trust
don't
me, I met a few.
I have you now. Okay.
Yeah.
You're saying it wrong. It's
Yes, please.
Gopal.
Copel. There you go. All
Gopal.
right.
It's like
Thank
it's a very empowering and supportive, encouraging last name. Go, pal.
Oh, wow. There you go. Go, pal. All right. Hey. Give it that tonation. That's wonderful. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Nice to see you again.
Of course, of course, of course. If you guys don't know, this young lady and Mr. Leon Rose have an amazing podcast. They get together. He's in France, she's in Jersey, and I luckily got to be on the show. And guess what? But on this show, we can clap. So,
Because we can see you clap. So
exactly.
right.
So, how's everything with the COVID situation, and how's everything changed for you? Huh? I know you were an avid traveler, dancer, moving around a lot, and I'm pretty sure everything now went to just the complete dead stop, or what's going on?
Everything has been interesting. I think we kind of brushed upon that in our chats too. And almost every interview I've done has asked, "What's COVID like for you?"
Of course, right?
Um, it has been a learning experience. It's been definitely a moment where we have a chance to adapt, to pay attention to what we think our identities are attached to, and then kind of reinvent ourselves if we have felt too attached to those identities. And then also, you spend so many years. Like I've been in this dance community for 2 decades now. And I've spent so many years developing this skill, developing this talent of
Right.
teaching and doing it in person.
And
And
now you
because,
have to go online. What are you gonna do? Can't even go to
right,
congresses no more. No more socials. It's like,
right. And so I've now had a chance, at the very least, to discover some other skills. To
okay.
learn about my strengths, my weaknesses, the things that I need to work on, the things that are actually things I can transfer over to this
Oh, it's
online platform. So it's been
right.
fantastic. Like it sucks that so much work has gotten canceled, but it's been fantastic in terms of self development and the other avenues that I've taken now.
Well, definitely, you have to develop a new skill. You have to go forward. Are you doing a lot of online dance classes? Are you doing anything online involving dancing, or is it just this kind of a platform, this open speech talk show kind of deal? What do you?
Um,
What's your main focus right now?
A little bit of both, a little bit of like multiple things. I mean, I'm doing a musicality course online, a musicality
Oh,
challenge, which, to be
nice.
very honest, I'm definitely going to offer this on a regular basis because I do a musicality seminar in person at congresses, which usually takes about 2.5
Right.
hours. Um, and it's just me talking, but I don't have the opportunity to have this like meeting people again. So this empowered musicality online has given me like options to work with spreadsheets and have assignments, homework assignments. It's
Wait, you mean like a
fantastic.
real person?
It's like a
Wow.
it's like a
Like you got an
real
office
class.
job?
It's a real no. Hey, the spreadsheets are for them. They are
Of
filling out.
course.
Yeah, they're creating spreadsheets. So,
Oh
there's
God.
there's that element which has been very interesting and a lot of fun, and it's something that I never really would have approached that way because I prefer the in person
Right, right, right.
that feel. But now that I've been able to do it online, I actually think it's even better online.
Yeah, like fitness plans. They do a lot of that in fitness. There's always something scheduled. There's always something memorized. But you're doing that with dance. And I was telling my friend Eric back here, you need to see this girl dance. So we're gonna watch you dance real quick. Eric, cue up the first video, please.
Oh boy.
Talk about musicality and everything she does. You are dancing here with Mr. Terry from France. Mr. Terry! Uh, Watch these two guys. Let's go, YouTube.
There are some other videos that are.
This is Istanbul, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we just
It's
wanted
one of
to-
my favorite events.
Yeah, you know what? I know the guy who runs it. I didn't have a chance to go to it. I've actually hung out with him in several other European events.
Yeah.
There's a couple of those guys, but I mean, look at you go. Look, see?
This video has a very funny story to it.
Wow, what is it? Okay, tell us the story to the video. Thanks.
Well,
C.
I mean,
Take it down. Oh, damn. Oh, did you see that one? What? My head hurt just watching that one, bro. Okay. Take it down. That was a lot of spins, though, bro. You know what? I remember watching a few videos of you just spinning. So,
at some point, I got some reputation of spin queen, so I guess that's why people lean towards that. I don't know.
yeah, that's correct, right? I do remember seeing there was like you were just all tucked. You're like, tuck this shit in. Wah! All you saw was this little brown object turning and it turned white because it was going so fast. It was like, and I was like, what is she doing? And her neck is gonna hurt after this. I was like, oh my god. I remember those videos. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, that's like a pretty much every time I get on the dance floor, there's, especially with somebody new who's intermediate or advanced, almost always. It's like,
What do
all
you
right,
do? Do you just let them do it, or do you get like, like back up, son? No.
It really depends. So it depends on if they're doing it to kind of see if they can do it, then I'll
Right.
give it to them, right? Because
Oh,
I want
nice,
them to I want them to feel confident and empowered that they
Oh,
are
that's
able
so
to actually
hashtag empower.
lead.
There it is, man. Oh, that's so sweet. Well, you know what?
Um,
That's really nice of you because some females. It is very true. I do remember this for as being as a novice that when I was wanting to try something, I had to make sure she was
you
one.
missed. Hold on. Wait. Eric, you messed up the empowered, bro. It's a
Put the it's just
capital
the
M and
it's
then
just the
powered.
M, capital M, bro. Come on, bro. There's no E. He's got it. He's got it. So yeah, sometimes whenever I wanted to try a move, I would basically find the right person to try it with. One, there it is, bam, and then two, I had to kind of make sure she was cool with it too, because if not, what's up, James?
Oh, James. Thanks, James.
Yeah,
Where do you
good
even see
vibes right there.
chats? I don't even see chats.
Or we see them on the Facebook and then we bring them up. Sometimes people ask the most weirdest questions, so we prefer not to get to those.
Put them
ask
in
the-
there. Put them in there.
Oh no! Let's not have those off-ball questions. So let's get to the next topic here. So you are big involved in a lot of self-help, a lot of activism, politically too. You have a great YouTube page. You have a great TED Talk. I want to expose earlier too. I have a question about that subject, which is pretty cool. But right now, you are actually heavily involved too in this political sphere. Tell us what are your thoughts on what is going on. Let's do the TED Talk after. Let's do that after. Give it
Okay.
a second. Let me ask for the political stuff first, because I want to know specifically what do you think about what's going on. You guys are in Jersey. You guys are doing a little bit better than us over here in the West. You guys were the big issue at the beginning. So what do you think what's going on? Touch on that for a minute. How do you feel about it? You've been dealing with this for a minute now.
Um, I've been pretty fortunate again based on my location, not only just being in the New York, New Jersey area, but not really being in the New York area where it's very densely populated. So I
Yeah.
have the option of, being in a more suburban area that you go outside, there's never really that many people anyways.
Oh,
So
awesome, awesome.
so that was great. And then once they started to release some of the restrictions, again, still there's not a lot of people outside, and I find that this community, for the most part, is pretty respectful.
Awesome.
So if it comes to going into a store or anything like that, people will put on their mask. You don't have the kind of fighting and conflicts and arguments that you see on YouTube videos and Twitter and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that. Have you seen the new things where they talk about being allowed into stores? Like for instance, the Walmart thing. People who don't want to walk in with masks now are allowed to shop still because they're going to kind of take special care of them. What are your thoughts on something like that?
My thoughts are any of these stores are um, their own private entities and they can set their own rules. Like those stores are like my home. If I tell you take off your shoes, you're gonna take off your shoes, or you're not
Damn.
coming into my house, right?
Hashtag take
Like
off your shoes. What?
you and your
Damn.
hashtags.
Yeah, it makes it the best. Take off your shoes. Yeah, you have to. You have to listen to what the house rules say. A
Right.
lot of these
And
stores are doing that now, but I mean, what do you
they
think?
are, but they're also talking about me, Giovanni. um, but they're also bending, right, for
Yeah,
whatever they feel will not alienate their public in that specific their clients or their customers in that
right,
specific town. Like I don't feel like you would have that same issue in New York maybe with a Walmart as you
right,
might with a Walmart in Texas, right? But Walmart needs to have one universal policy across the country. And
right.
so they're probably going to look at where do they have most of their business and then try and cater to that public.
Damn. Hey, that's a good approach because honestly, they know where they're gonna make more money. They're probably
Right.
making more on the southern regions than they are gonna make it in the New York areas.
Right. And if
So,
they're working like minimum people are working minimum wage jobs and everyone's expendable, then they're not really concerned about their contribution to spreading this virus, right? They're just thinking about their bottom line and profit margins. So they might
okay.
be making decisions on that.
Next question, because you actually led right into it. What do you think about the unemployment issues that are going on? All these benefits right now that are helping people who basically lost a lot, and a lot of dancers are in this. Is what I've been stipulating that all these artist businesses, all these entertainment industries, all these businesses that just lost everything that was helping them for a minute, myself included. Now they want to reduce it down to $200 and 70% of the income that was on your taxes. Half of these people in the dance community don't do their taxes correctly. So, what do you think about all that stuff?
Um, I think it just shows the problems that are inherently embedded into this country's fiber. Like this country is a very individualistic, me, every man for himself type of thing. I grew up in Canada, so I'm
Oh
a Canadian citizen
wow.
as well, and I'm very proudly Canadian. And when I hear about the way Canada is dealing with this whole issue and
Yeah.
the kind of assistance they were providing, without this guilt trip on people like, oh, if we provide, like, it's such a terrible way to look at human beings. First of all, to say, for example, Canada was giving $2,000 to everybody, right, for every
Right.
month for like 4 months at least, and they were providing assistance to businesses and their
Right. Right.
employment and their paychecks and all that kind of stuff, and there was no comment. And yeah, of course that $2,000 might have been more than someone was making sometimes, but there was never this thought or this comment of, oh, why would they ever get off of unemployment or whatever if they can make this much. It's like this idea that these are productive, intelligent human beings who want to contribute to society, who want to feel useful,
Right.
who want to
Right.
feel like they have a purpose. They're not trying to stay at home and just scratch their butts all day for $600.
Right. For sure.
So it's just the way this government and the people in power or wealth look at everybody else in this country. It's really unfortunate, but that's what's dictating the policy, right? It's
Do
like,
you
well,
think
we
it's
don't want
political
any.
parties though? Because right now, to me, I'm personally just calling it with political rhetoric. from the party standpoint, I think the GOP manipulates a lot of these things, calling people lazy. You're completely right about that. Stick on the $600. Most of these industries that are lost because of the lack of response from the federal government are not coming back. You expect all these things to return back to normal, and you're gonna bitch and complain about these $600 while you're over here giving these big ass corporations big ass fucking cuts, and over here people are like, "Oh, what am I gonna do now?" So
Right. I noticed that you posted a comment or a message, I think, but I missed it. I saw it and then it disappeared.
oh, he was asking, what should dancers do in the meanwhile, like right
Um,
now?
I think dancers should use this time. Everyone should use this time to focus on some of the things that you haven't had a chance to focus on. Read, read the kind of like
Nice.
there's so many things that people don't do. Reading is one of those things, and
She got a
um,
point there. Yeah. You're right.
read, develop yourself, in this interim. If you are not comfortable with online, if you've never done something online and you don't want to, that's fine. You might not have to forever, right? But right now, if you want to continue, that's probably something you want to get into. And
Nice.
maybe if you don't know anything about it, then you do a little bit of research. In the process, you're going to learn more things. In the process of figuring out how to conduct a proper Zoom class or get the right equipment, you will see other people presenting. And maybe that will
Right.
indirectly, subconsciously influence your ability to be a better presenter, a better teacher, right?
Bam.
Same thing with dance. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from training. There's nothing stopping you from staying physically active. And that was one of the things. We didn't really get into this yet, but we talked, I think you and I have talked about it before, which is, there's so many people who are like, I've like put on so much weight now because I'm like just
Because
sitting
they're
at
just
home.
not dancing no more. That
Right.
element.
Right. And
I'm bad at it. I'm not dancing right now. I'm playing golf. Literally, that's my ass going on in the morning, being Alex Woods over here, and I'm not doing nothing, no footwork, no training, no classes, and yeah, that
but
sucks.
but even something like that, right? I mean, I haven't been dancing since March, but I have been constantly doing my QFit
Right,
that
right, yeah. You
since
work out at the parks, huh? I seen your
I
videos.
work out in the parks.
That's dope.
I do online workouts. I have a private group that I work with. This is the QFit with Magna Gopal. That I have a private like paid group that we do live sessions of circuit training, interval training,
Right.
yoga, all of that stuff. And I have honestly am in better shape now in quarantine with workouts at home, more flexible,
Nice,
stronger, like limber. I've just been, my body feels good despite being at
nice.
home. And that's the other thing. So for a lot of people who are sitting there saying, "Oh, I can't do this, I can't do that." Well, maybe you can't do that specific thing, but think about the many other ways that you can
Right,
contribute to your physical well-being, to your mental well-being, to your intellectual growth, to better communication, whatever that may be. There are many ways that you can continue training and improving and growing. You don't need the career that you spent 20 years in, like I did,
right.
to keep growing. You
What
know?
about money? Because like he asked the same question. What do dancers do right now for money?
I mean, there are plenty of things that are available. Like maybe it's not in your line of expertise and maybe it's not really where you would want to go. But I think if it comes down to you being unable to make money through, let's say, online classes
Right,
or, fundraising or getting donations and things like that, then there are other online services. Maybe you have another skill. Maybe it's
right.
editing, right? Or maybe it's
Yeah, you do.
translating,
That's true.
right? Maybe you speak Spanish and English or another language and English, like you're
Tutoring.
bilingual. You can do tutoring. You can
Yeah.
do online services
Other skills. Yeah.
like right, but like Fiverr or freelancer.com, like all of those kind of websites where you can offer
Awesome.
translation services, transcribing services. There's so many things. Like it might not be a lot of money and it might not be what you want to do, but you got to think again about your purpose, right? Like what is your goal right now? Is it to exist and like still have your way of life? Well, then you're going to have to find other sources of income. So
Very nice.
just
Very
just don't
nice.
just don't let your ego get in the way,
Ha!
basically.
Okay, don't get rejected. Oh, boom, which is a transition into the TED Talk. Now,
That's a terrible transition,
no,
Alejandro.
it was a great one because I am so confused because I want you to explain to me the topic. Okay, I skimmed through the video. I wanted to hear it from you. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna ask her. What
Sounds like a
is your
lazy man's
Yeah, it
approach.
is. It is
Uh-huh.
very lazy. Very lazy. Gonna go to the source. I'm like, I'm just gonna ask her, what does this whole rejection video? Where did this come about? It's good. You got over like 500,000 views. That's congratulations. That's really wonderful to see that kind of stuff. And honestly, we're gonna watch a snippet of it. But first, explain to the audience before we watch it. How did this become about?
Uh well, for the longest time I have been moving, or not moving away, but rather taking a lot of the lessons that I've learned through dance and finding out ways of how they apply to other aspects of our life, because I do believe that dance is just a microcosm of life. And so everything that we do in dance can definitely be extracted, extrapolated, and then applied in different aspects of our life. And so when I was thinking about what could I talk about, I had this opportunity. They had this TEDx in Jersey City, and I wanted to see what their theme was. I think what they had was like metamorphosis or something. Like it was all
Right,
about
a
change. And I
change.
was like,
Yeah.
well, rejection, going through those struggles, going through
Hell yeah.
rejection creates change. So I had pitched that idea. They accepted the pitch, asked me to come in for an audition. I gave my audition. I got accepted, thankfully.
Nice.
And the whole talk is called The Benefits of Rejection.
Of course.
And the idea is just that, rejection is viewed in such a negative light in general. Like anytime you even hear rejection, you just think, right, like a big X, go away. And we need to just change our perspective. Much of our growth in life depends on how we view the experiences that we have, the things that happen to us, the things that we take part in. And this talk is all about showing how something as negatively viewed as rejection can have so many profound benefits for your own personal growth, for your own personal success, for the healthiness of your relationships. So that's
That's how
basically
I got
the
started
premise.
in. That's how I got started in this, doing it
Mm.
hardcore. Just watch a snippet of the video, and then I'll explain to you my story.
All right.
Again, guys, this is just a little bit, like a minute. We're just gonna just see her in action. Put it on, Annie.
They can. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say you can put the title of the talk as benefits of rejection, so they can find it if they want.
Yeah, we're gonna put up the link right now on the page. Go for it.
Rejection exists everywhere, including in my industry. My career involves traveling the globe, teaching people how to connect through salsa dancing. Not sure how many of you are familiar with the dance, but for most of us, the image that comes to mind is one of fun, passion, and lots of smiles. It's also a great environment to experience a lot of rejection, and it's actually where I learned the most about it. When I first started dancing, I used to get asked to dance a lot. Could have been because I was always bubbly and smiling, or maybe just because I was a new face on the block. Either way, I was always on the dance floor with very little effort of my part. Eventually, however, people realized that I was an absolute beginner with zero technique, and dancing with me was a little bit more pain than pleasure. So naturally, the request to ask me to dance declined. And if I wanted to dance, I had to be the one asking. Now it's nerve-wracking, especially as a beginner, not knowing anyone to work up the courage and ask someone to dance. It was even harder if that person happened to be surrounded by all of their cool friends. And then the hardest part was finally asking and hearing no.
Oh, boom, boom, boom. Okay,
Now
that
maybe you're
was
thinking,
great. Perfect,
so
perfect,
what, Manda?
perfect,
You
perfect,
said it
perfect.
yourself.
Hearing
We've all
no. Oh, snap! Now, guys, if you want to watch that, Mandy, give them the title again.
The benefits of rejection.
Now, see that little part, okay? Personally relating to this, that's how it got me pushed to learn it more. Because when I first started, I went to this club and I didn't know that much. I was learning, and I danced with the female, and she got all pissed and she rejected me, right? And then after that, I just got rejected. So that night was just bam, bam, bam. You suck, you suck, you suck. I went home so fucking bummed out. Like, damn. But I'm an athletic person. It made me rewire my mind. Like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm gonna learn this shit. She's my cousin, but notice the passion because it literally changed my direction into how I became more involved in dance. Soon after that, I was in different classes. I started taking college courses in ballet, all that stemming from this one woman who rejected the crap out of me, And I saw her years back, and she was terrible, and I was really good. Boom! I won. That's right. No, I'm just kidding. But that literally changed. And when I watched that, and I was like, "Oh, that's a good one." That is literally what changed my whole trajectory in dancing. And then soon after, I started working at Granada, and everything else is history from there. But yeah, it was a very good video, and yeah, I liked your topic a lot.
It's relevant. It's definitely relevant. And I think everybody's going through that in one way or another, whether it's with dance, whether it's with work, whether it's with,
Oh yeah,
asking your friends to do something or even something romantic, going on a date, like it's just one of those things that you cannot avoid in life. So you might as well learn how to deal.
that's awesome, man. That's so wonderful. You have a breath of sense, like it's wonderful, it's refreshing, but you kind of keep it real. So you got that little 1-2 thing going on. So
Oh,
I'm glad
always keeping it real.
it's
I
that
have
Jersey. It's that Jersey thing,
No,
huh?
man. It has nothing to do with
It's
Jersey. It
that
has
Canada some. Nah,
it's a
man.
Canada. It's the
It's the
thug
Canada. It's
Canada.
one of those. You guys are thugs in Canada over there. You guys are like Mexicans with that right there. But at the end of the day, you always have a positive vibe, and to see the message you spread is really cool. Has happened to me. But yeah, I see one of the guys in the scene, and he's actively involved in the scene so well, and that does transform us, and it's really wonderful
Oh,
to hear these stories.
Baudilio.
There
I'm
you
sorry.
go.
I see a name.
Yeah, yeah, she
Bud.
is.
That's
Yeah,
my boy.
awesome.
He does
Awesome.
socials
It's
out here
that
in
Jersey,
Jersey.
yo. It's that she got that left. Don't go on the train. I'm gonna knock you out
No,
because
man, it's not the left you got to worry about. It's the
it's the
right.
right.
It's the cross. It's the
Oh,
cross.
boom. Well, you know what? I'm glad to see you're tough and you make things happen. Those videos are pleasant to see. It was very
Well,
exciting.
that topic, and there are plenty of other topics as well that I cover on my YouTube channel under
Awesome.
the Empowered with Magna
It's all
mindset.
under there, guys. Those tickers right there on the bottom. That's everything you need to know about her information. So close us out, girl. Give us a little final goodbye with you.
What would you like?
You close us out. That's on you. Speak from the heart. Let me hear you speak to the world and tell us something good.
All right. Let's see.
Go for
My
it.
last little mess. Did you say oh boy?
Yeah. This is your final thoughts. Okay, you got this. Let's
These are
go.
not my final thoughts. God damn it!
No,
I'm
was
not dying.
nah, just kidding. Just kidding. Jerry
I'm not on
Springer
my
style.
deathbed.
Jerry Springer
Um,
style. Give me that last part where he goes all quiet and America. That thing. There you
Alright.
go. There you go.
And folks, I would just like to tell everyone who is watching, everyone who is listening, that whatever we're going through right now is a difficult time. It's unexpected. I know that it's coming with so many other consequences and challenges that you never planned for. But I very, very, very strongly believe in the resilience of our minds, of our bodies, and of our spirits. And that's that whole empowered mindset that I keep trying to push with my brand and with my channels. But the reason I do that is because I think sometimes we forget how capable we really are. And maybe you need to watch a video, or
Yeah.
maybe you just need to reflect a little bit. But if you're watching this right now, just know that you do have it in you. You have the capacity, you have the capabilities, if you don't have them now, you have the ability to learn them. So don't
Right.
feel stuck wherever you are right now. Don't feel stuck. Know that you can get out of there, and you can get out of there on your own. Okay. But you first got to believe in your own abilities to do that. And your mind is limitless. Your potential is limitless. Your body will come and perform, if you demand that it does. So make a choice, commit to that choice, and then create actions that align with that choice. And I'm pretty certain that you will be able to come out of all of this stronger, better, and more beautiful and be able to give more than you ever could before. So
Awesome. Eric, cue the sound effects. Woo! I wish we had sound effects like that. We're too low tech. Woo!
I,
Hey, that was good.
I like the clapping sound effects. I mean,
Exactly.
it works. It works for video, not so much in podcasts.
I know it does, yeah. But those are so wonderful. Thank you for your words. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your time. I know you got to go to sleep over there. We're keeping you up over there.
No, this
But
is fine.
But again,
I
thank you so much
appreciate
for
it.
everything. And you know what? Keep doing what you're doing. Your videos are amazing. And and please keep texting me. Let's talk more political stuff soon. I like
Yo,
I like
we're
everything.
connected. We're on
We're
WhatsApp,
connected, man. For sure,
and
man.
and I would be glad to come back on the show.
Let's
You
see
know,
how long we keep going, man. Let's see how much this boat rides, and hopefully in the future we can touch base again. That'd be great.
also I think, oh, Andrew, that's my boy, Andrew. Creativity
Yeah,
comes
it
from
comes
within.
It's nice.
I was gonna say that you actually stopped doing. You didn't even tell people. Is this your first COVID session since?
No, it's last week. I stopped. I had to take a little mental break. I was going
See,
pretty
and we
hard for a
pushed
while.
you. You came on
Yeah,
our podcast,
you
and we
guys
pushed you
kind
to
of got
start
a little
again.
like boom, boom. I was like, okay, I got this. Bam, bam. So we're trying to get back into it. My boy still keeps going on Tuesdays. He's gonna start doing more with us.
Oh,
Oh
Angel,
yeah, yeah. I
that's
know.
New Swing Sextet in the
Hey, them
house.
guys. I want to get music
That's
on the
my.
show, sir. I want to get
By
some
the way,
music on the show.
that's my family, man. That's New Swing
Yeah, he's
Sextet's
good
my
peeps.
fam. No, they're not just good peeps. That's fam.
I know, Miss. That's fam for you, seriously?
That's super fam. You ask any of them.
Damn, no
That's like
way.
they're like I have whatever 6 fathers, basically, and then all of their wives are my moms, and
you guys are all connected over there, man.
their family, Bill. But yeah, thank you, Alejandro, for this opportunity. It was really nice to connect with you. I'm so glad that Leon, mentioned you for our podcast, and then
Yeah,
in the
man.
process of setting up our podcast interview, I had a chance to talk to you,
Oh yeah, man.
and all of that podcast that didn't actually make the podcast, the other stuff before and after, which was really the good stuff,
That's funny.
was so revealing of your personality and your
Oh,
intelligence.
thank you so
and
much, man.
yeah, it's been good to get to know you, and I'm sure
Well, let's keep
that
chatting
journey's
more
gonna be
online.
fun.
Hey, go on
Yeah.
my post and bullshit more on that. You gotta get real with it. We need more of you there, okay?
Tag me if you think it's relevant.
I got you, man. I got you. Thank you so much. I will speak
Thank
to
you,
you
Alejandro.
soon, girl.
Thank you, Eric, for all of the stuff in the back end. Couldn't have been possible without you.
Yeah, cousin couldn't have. He's a man. He's a man. Thank you so
Ciao,
much.
everybody.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Awesome. Girl's amazing. Check her out in Jersey. Magna Copel. Wonderful girl. Jimmy. What's up, Jimmy? You're the man. You're the man, Jimmy. All right. Final thought. Boom. Final thought. Hashtag me, Eric. Final thought that. Boom. All right. Here's my final thought. Now, you've been seeing this video and these articles that have been floating around about this medical doctor, frontline frontiers doctor group that is basically out there, basically telling you that they are basically giving you false information is what it is. It's basically stemming from Breitbart. If you look into this more now, you're finding out that this organization was sponsored by the GOP, the Tea Parties. All of that, people, is fake. Please mind the fucking misinformation that you get online. Just look at the sources where it comes from. People get all pissed off and talk shit to me about all this crap, but you got to read the fine print. It tells you everything and where it comes from and what they're doing. People are sad because it doesn't represent what is really going on in medical journals. They're not actually scientists going out there and publicizing their work. It's fake. It's false. This is the reason why they're being taken away from all the social media platforms, because they're actually trying to control this content. Let's see how it works. Let's see how it goes. But please watch that shit. Tomorrow, Angel Cruz. On the next day after that, Eric Ordonez. That man had COVID. We're going to actually see his test and everything else. He blessed us with that. So we'll see you then. I'm out. I went 5 minutes too long. Damn. Peace.